Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Commander Kevin Warwick with the Green Bay Police Department. I'm the operations commander, and just want to give a community update of what's going on. The Green Bay Police Department is currently working an active scene right now, just to the west here at Ashland and Walnut. They are trying to take a suspect in custody. At approximately 11 a.m. this morning, officers located a vehicle that they knew a known suspect to us that we've been looking for was operating that vehicle. Officers engaged in the vehicle pursuit of that vehicle, in which it came to a conclusion at that intersection just to the west of me. Prior to in the initiation of that pursuit, and then at the end of the pursuit, shots were fired by the suspect at officers. At this time, everybody is okay. There are no injuries being reported. However, due to the fact that the officers are still on scene, the officers are still trying to take that suspect into custody at this time. We are working with as many resources as possible so that we have a safe resolution to this incident. We are also going to enlist community partners to help de-escalate the situation. Our goal here in any incident is to de-escalate the situation so that it's peaceful and safe for everyone. And in this situation, officers are currently trying to establish communication with the individual in the car, and we're trying to bring in outside people to help establish that connection and make sure that we de-escalate this situation as much as possible so that it's safe for the individual and it's safe for the officers. The scene is still active. It's too early to report any suspect identity or the charges that we were pursuing the suspect, but I can tell you the charges for the suspect are very serious. The officers knew that going into the situation, and most importantly right now, officers are just trying to establish that connection with the individual to de-escalate and bring the situation to resolve.
Did he crash there? Did he stop on his own? How did he come to that spot?
In the investigation, again, it's very preliminary at this time. All this will be vetted, verified, but preliminary information is that the officers got into a vehicle pursuit, used a pit maneuver at that location, in which that vehicle then came to a stop. Now, the sequence of events of when the shooting occurred, that's still yet to be determined. I can report that the person inside the car did shoot at officers, and nobody is hurt. I don't even know that. I have not been down there. But what I'll do is I'll provide another update to the same what we're doing here, and I'll put that out via Nixle so that when the situation comes to resolve and ends, I can provide an outcome to this. I can tell you that the Green Bay Police Department has worked very hard over the last hour and a half to evacuate the surrounding area, make sure that the businesses were closed, make sure that the residents were evacuated, and make sure we did everything we possibly can to make sure that there's, obviously the incident itself, but then have an outer perimeter to make sure people that are safe. For people that are watching this, make sure that they know that the traffic, we are monitoring traffic, rerouting traffic, making sure that people don't walk or drive into that active scene to make sure that everybody's safe.
And with the
bridge, I don't know if a boat went through, but I can tell you that we are trying to prevent cars from going westbound on Walnut. We don't want them, so if they can use another bridge, that's part of a maneuver tactic to make sure that we are routing traffic appropriately so that people are not disrupted during the day. Now, whether or not I know if a boat went through that, I don't know. I can tell you that the conversation just prior to this briefing was trying to eliminate or reduce the amount of traffic from going westbound on Walnut Street so that people aren't disrupted during their day. That I don't know. I do not know that. Again, it's very preliminary information at this time.
There was a man that you made contact with in the middle. You made contact with the middle. Did that happen already? Like, the mom already called you?
I've not been briefed on that. I'm sorry, I don't know that information. I do not know. Again, it's so preliminary. This started about 11 o'clock this morning, and it's 12:30, 1 o'clock, so we're 2 hours into this. And we'll be here for an extended period of time so that we can de-escalate, do everything we possibly can to make sure everybody's safe. So what I'll do is I'll come back and I'll send out another Nixle of when I can provide another update, and we'll take it from there.
The only other question I have real quick, if you can, you said you're using community resources as well in this situation. Can you elaborate what you meant by that?
Well, anytime we can try to de-escalate situations, we try to establish connections with people outside the community to bring them in if it's safe and if it's applicable. Now, we're going to try. Doesn't necessarily mean we can. So, but when we bring in other people and try to bring in, you know, whether it's phone versus phone, you know, and trying to de-escalate the situation, you know, people may not like the police, but they may have a connection with other people. So again, it's important for us to do that, to make sure that we do everything we can to de-escalate. Yep. You know, the scene's going to be active until it comes to an end. Please check our social media for alternate routes of travel. And we got barricades. We're working with DPW to make sure that traffic is routed appropriately, so that again, people aren't disrupted, and most importantly, people are safe and don't drive into that scene.
Do you know the suspect was shot?
Too early to tell.
But no officers were injured.
I was told that no one was injured, including the person. Now, we don't know anything until everything has come to an end, but I'll provide an update at that time, okay? Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.